But we have a big boot camp he's going to run on October 23rd on what to do. So would you like to take over and talk about it? Thank you, Shashi.
Thank you, Smita. Can you all hear me all right? And isn't it Smita and Priyank, they are so smart and intelligent, they set me up here with this so talented panel to talk about starting a company. So offhand, how many of you got an idea in your brain but never executed that idea? Keep your hand up because you should sign up for this boot camp which Smita talked about. And the other piece I'll say that you all know Michael Dell, am I right? He once said, ideas are commodity, execution is not. And so I'm going to talk about how to execute when you have this idea in your brain, and we all do, by the way. We are driving, we are sleeping, we are going to bed, we are in bathroom, we are in showers. We come up with all these ideas, but we are never able to execute on those ideas. And so my goal in the 10 minutes I have been given to explain what this boot camp is going to be about on October 23rd from 1 to 5 p.m. And I will share the barcode. You can do the registration at the end of this presentation. Other thing I'll say that we all know IITians, they keep creating all these innovations. It's also about us giving back to the community. And you have seen many IITians, you heard even on the panel, they are giving back. And part of our IIT SoCal to give back. And this webinar is about giving back. And also you heard in the lunch session, we are going to be hosting our Pan IIT, so I'll briefly talk about that also. So, my name is Shashi Tripathi, by the way. I am from IIT Bombay. I have founded 3 companies in the past. Kanwal talked about Be Honest. I failed my first one. But 2 had good successful exits. And then I started my investment firm, Nurture Venture, in 2019, right before COVID. So yes, I persevered through COVID. And so today I own a fund, Nurture Growth Fund. Fund has a sidecar, and then I also run a SPV, Special Purpose Vehicle. And between the 3 entities, we have invested in 32 companies. And part of my job, by the way, we receive pitch deck. So when you start a company, you have to create a presentation to raise fund. You forward that to the venture capitals and angels. And I do a lot of pitch decks. So Smita came to me asking, hey Shashi, wouldn't it be nice if we can educate our community about how to translate the idea into a company. And part of building a company, there are many aspects to it. So about this boot camp, which we are going to run on October 23rd from 1 to 5 p.m. PST, I will run through very detailed, by the way, 9 sessions. Today, I'm just giving a glimpse of those 9 sessions. So I repeat, this is not a detailed boot camp. This is just a glimpse what you will see if you sign up for that boot camp. Of course, all these ideas we are thinking about, what's the foundation, how do you ideate it? I often hear I hear people reaching out to me on LinkedIn, hey, I have this idea, should I create LLC, should I create C Corp, S Corp, how should I structure? All that detailed information is very, very important when you go set up your company. So I'll talk about that into the boot camp. And then product development and prototyping. I have heard many founders come to me, I have this idea, I don't know how do I go about prototyping it. Should I go just with the prototype or should I create the full product before going selling it? What do I do that? So we'll talk more about how to really go about prototyping, what is more important, what is MVP, we often use that word. I'll talk about all that. We all know how important the money is, am I right? Nothing works in life without money. A startup does not work without money. So how do you go about setting up your financials? What is revenue? Do you set up monthly, yearly, quarterly? How do you adjust your expenses? What is gross margins? What is net margin? What is net profit? These terms are very, very important for any startup founder to know about it, especially the CEO and co-founder. Because when you go in front of the investors, they are going to be asking this. They will ask, what's your unit economics? All these terms you have to be aware about. So I'll talk about that as during the boot camp. We all know how important the branding, marketing, and sales strategies are. How do you market about what social media is? How do you engage the sales? How do you scale the operation? And also the stage of the company matters. So when you are in the pre-seed to seed to pre-series A to series A to series B, how you're scaling your whole team and operation. So I'll talk about that during boot camp. Business model and strategy. So I have seen startups, they have wonderful ideas, but they are struggling on their pricing. They're struggling on their business model. They are getting bombarded with like 3 or 4 partners and customers, and they are saying, can you give me this on $10 versus $5 versus $12 per month per product per month? So I'll talk about what is the right way to even set this up. What are different business model? I share during my boot camp a canvas, a standard, a template. How do you come up as a startup? How do you create what is the final business model you should be embarking on as part of your startup? We all know team. We talked about earlier in the panel how important that is. Many times I hear a question about, is it solo founder good? Should I have co-founder? Should I have 1 or 2 or 3? What is the right mindset? What is the right characteristic? Should I go find in my co-founder team? And the most important piece about starting a company is fundraising. Part of fundraise is, how do you create your pitch deck? And I know it's a unique word you will hear when you are a startup and when you are a VC word. So I'll talk about what are different content of pitch deck. What should you even include, what you should not? How much prepared you should be as a co-founder? When you go to VC, how do you even go about presenting your pitch deck? Because literally you will get 10, 15 minutes with the VCs. They are looking 40, sometimes 100 pitch decks per month. And you have to highlight yourself in a way that you're quite visible to them. And pitch deck includes everything about your company, not just the product. So your problem, your solution, your competitive strategy, your sales, your marketing, your finance, your team, your projections, all that will be part of pitch deck. So I'll share a template as part of the boot camp. And then also, as you go up into your company horizon from pre-seed to seed, especially around pre-series A, every investor will ask you, give me your data room. And when I ask, give me your data room, some founders are like, what is data room? What is really included in the data room? So I'll share some template about data room when I do the boot camp. And then once you got the investment, by the way, legally, investors have the right of information rights. It's illegal. So they can ask any information to you as a founder. How do you maintain a really good relationship with your investor? Because they can help you a lot. They are very vested in your company to grow. So seek their advice, create a structure where you meet with on some frequent basis with them and share your pertinent information to them, ask help from them. So all these pieces you will hear into this boot camp. And this is the QR code. So please, I'll pause for 30 seconds to make the registration on the boot camp. It's not working?
Oh, really? Let me see.
It shows the information.
Oh, there is, okay. What we'll do is give us your names, and for everybody from here who wants to register, we'll give $25 off. It's a $100 boot camp, $25 off. So give your names on the index cards to Shashi and me, okay? Good? Shashi, that works?
Yep, that works. Thank you. It's online. It's Zoom from 1 to 5 p.m. with 30 minutes break on October 23rd. And once, just one session. I'll talk to Smita. We can share the presentations and the video recording to all of you. I'll let Smita make that decision. And then last but not the least, I know you heard about this in the lunch. We are going to talk about this throughout our day today. This is a big deal for IID. IID SoCal is going to be hosting a global conference in Anaheim, February, March 2026. We will have, just so you guys know, Pan Global IIT has in US alone approximately 40,000 alumni, just in US alone. And they run this conference 1 year in India, next year in US, and they alternate between US and India. So in 2024, they had in DC, 25 they will hold in Mumbai, and 26 is coming to Anaheim. First time in the history of IIT SoCal, we have never hosted this. So this is the first time we are going to be hosting. DC had approximately 3,000 attendees, and they hosted in January. We are going to host this in Anaheim, the hometown of Disneyland, am I right? Mickey Mouse, exactly. So I'm hoping and I'm guessing it's going to be approximately 4,000. We are the theme, as you can see on the top. We will have 5 tracks on the conference. AI is part of it. AI, machine learning, health tech is part of it. Venture capitalism is part of it. Renewable energy is part of it. The Indian and US collaboration is part of it. So all those tracks will have a keynote. We will have a general keynote. So we are just starting. We have 14 months, but 14 months is not a long time for us. We have to start now, and we are starting, by the way, beginning next week, to work on the plan. But please do register. If you scan that QR code, hopefully that should work. If you scan that QR code, I really request sincerely, each and every one of you, please scan it and fill that form. That will help us as we are starting to plan the conference. So thank you. Thank you, Asmita, for having me here. I don't know, any questions? Okay.
Thanks, everyone. Thanks, Shashi, for doing this. He is a new member of our Pan IIT SoCal, but gosh, he is driving the next Pan IIT Global Conference. Welcome.
Thank you, Asmita. Thank you.